Namaste. From tomorrow, Ganesh festival begins. So I want to wish each one of you a very, very happy Ganesh festival. And the subject of this podcast is also related with Lord Ganesha, because Ketu is connected to Lord Ganesha. Ketu is the source of wisdom, because it is Ketu that turns you inwards. And you will turn inwards only when you don't get anything on the outside, when you become a loser, when you are utter total failure, when you are denied of what you desire. It is only then that you sit down and you introspect, and slowly you start turning inwards. So sometimes it is good that the thorn goes deep into your heart. But this process is not to make you feel low, or this process is not to hurt you. This process is to wake you up so that you understand the reality of life. In this new series, I will be talking about Ketu in Nakshatras. And in this first episode, I have talked briefly on Ketu in Shravana Nakshatra. As you all know, Ketu is the only energy that can help you progress on the spiritual path. That is why Ketu is the right hand of Jupiter. And nobody pays attention to Ketu. Everybody pays attention to Rahu. Because Rahu is all about the outside world. Ketu is all about the inside world. Nobody cares about what is happening within. Everybody is rushing, running. Everybody wants to become a millionaire or some kind of desire. They are always chasing their desires. This desire is Rahu, and the state of desirelessness is Ketu. I have already written a 500 pages book on Ketu titled Why Ketu Can Heal. Most of you have read my book, and I would encourage all those who are in the process to learn through my book Why Ketu Can Heal. And on this note, I will now begin with my podcast, Ketu in Nakshatras. So let's begin. Rahu is do more, Ketu is do less. In extreme cases, Rahu is do everything and Ketu is do nothing. When Rahu falls in a certain nakshatra, it simply exaggerates the qualities of that nakshatra. And when Ketu falls in a certain nakshatra, it simply nullifies the qualities of that nakshatra. And so Rahu in Punarvasu will exaggerate the Jupiterian qualities of Punarvasu, whereas Ketu in Punarvasu will nullify the Jupiterian qualities of Punarvasu. In a larger scenario, Rahu in Punarvasu will intensify the results of houses ruled by Jupiter in your birth chart, whereas Ketu in Punarvasu will lessen the results of houses ruled by Jupiter. When Ketu is in Ashwini Nakshatra, the matters ruled by Mars are lessened. When Ketu is in Magha Nakshatra, the matters ruled by Sun are lessened. When Ketu is in Mula Nakshatra, the matters ruled by Jupiter are lessened. In this first part of Ketu in Nakshatras, I will start with Ketu in Shravana Nakshatra. Shravana Nakshatra is ruled by moon. Ketu in Shravana can give multiple effects regarding mind, mother, home, last days of life, and heart specific matters. As you all know, astrology is not black and white. Astrology is a million shades of grey. Even if the chart says that you will remain unmarried and you will never find a woman of your choice, still this does not imply that the person will never find joy in life. Even if the chart says that you will never have a child, still this does not imply that you will never find happiness in life. This is because everybody's definition of happiness is different. A man seeking a wife may find his happiness in marriage. A man seeking a child may find his happiness in becoming a father. Whereas a man seeking God may find his happiness in singing the song of his Lord. So happiness and joy is totally based on what you seek from within. Happiness is therefore based within you and not on the outside. Bhagavan Raman Maharshi therefore says that it is not wrong to seek happiness, but what is wrong is to seek it on the outside when it is inside. It always happens. In the beginning, you think that if you find a beautiful woman, you will be happy. One day, you find this beautiful woman. But happiness doesn't last for long. Problems in relationships, quarrels, fights, all of this leads you to sheer disappointment. Then you think that maybe you would find happiness if you buy a big house, a grand big house. One day you are able to buy a grand big house, a very big house, but then after a few years you lose interest. The happiness, the excitement is no more in your life. Then you think that maybe I should buy a big grand luxury car. One day you are able to buy a big grand luxury car and your happiness knows no bounds. You literally embrace that brand luxury car. You go all around the town and you show off and you are very happy. But then after a few years that brand luxury car also becomes a regular thing. Now again there is no excitement, no happiness. Then you think that maybe you should have children. One day you are blessed with children. You are again so happy. You dance all around the town and then you start raising your children. But when they grow up, they ridicule you. They never listen to your advices. You had expectations from your children, but they never were able to meet your expectations. Instead, they brought much pain in your life. Now again happiness is lost. Now you think that maybe you could forget all your pain and insults by drinking a bottle of whiskey. You think that alcohol would make you happy. You start drinking. You become a drunkard. But still, as soon as the effect of alcohol comes down, you again have to face the hard reality of life, where your beautiful wife has abandoned you, your children have abandoned you, your luxury car stands before your house, but you had lost all your interest. You are in the most beautiful room of your grand big house, and yet that big house seems to be more like a golden cage. So you see, this is how man seeks happiness on the outside, and happiness continues to dodge him because happiness can never be found on the outside but only within you. If happiness was to be found on the outside, then all those who have great businesses, great jobs, great wife, great husband, great children would have been happy forever. But in reality, in spite of having everything, human has never been found happy. Samartha Ramdas Swami, the Guru of Shivaji Maharaj, therefore writes in his holy book, Jagi sarva sukhi asa kon ahe, vichari mana tuchi shodhuni pahe. Meaning, in this vast human world, who is happy forever? Think, O mind, and find it for yourself. And so, in this human world, nobody is happy, neither the rich nor the poor. Every person has a problem, or if he doesn't have a problem, then he is a problem for others. But the fact of life is that happiness cannot be found on the outside or from outside. Happiness can be found only within you. And Ketu, therefore, is the master of all planets, because it is only Ketu that motivates you to turn inwards. What kind of situations trigger you towards inward journey? Situations such as failures, situations such as relationship breakup, situations such as becoming a total loser, situations such as getting cheated, situations such as getting framed for wrong deeds that you never did, situations such as death of your beloved ones. So whenever the society or situation push you over the edge, you wake up, you start turning inwards, you introspect, and this is how the inner transformation begins. Real transformation requires real honesty. If you want to rise, if you want to evolve, if you want to mature, first get real with yourself. And that is the whole message of Sri Ketu. Get real with yourself. And so when Ketu falls in the nakshatra of moon, it wants you to get real about the matters ruled by moon in your birth chart. Now depending on the ascendant, Ketu in Shravan will affect you. If you are born with Aries ascendant, then Ketu in Shravan will impact the matters of your home, mother, emotions, and last days of life. If you are born with Taurus ascendant, then Ketu in Shravan will impact the matters of your siblings, your traveling, and also your mindset and thought process. If you are born with Gemini ascendant, then Ketu will impact the matters of your finances, family, eyes, teeth, and also may impact your eating habits. If you are born with Cancer ascendant, then Ketu may impact your personality, your health, your overall position in society. If you are born with Leo ascendant, then Ketu in Shravan may impact your sleeping patterns, your conscious mind, your spiritual pursuits, and your foreign travels. If you are born with Virgo ascendant, then Ketu in Shravan may impact your income, your profit margins, your social networking, and your friend circle. If you are born with Libra ascendant, then Ketu in Shravan may impact your career growth, your relation with your boss, your relation with your father. If you are born with Scorpio ascendant, then Ketu in Shravan may impact your long travels, your higher education, your efforts to seek higher knowledge. If you are born with Sagittarius ascendant, then Ketu in Shravan may impact your in-laws, your loans and debts, your occult studies, and your black magic experiences. If you are born with Capricorn ascendant, then Ketu may impact your married life, your marriage partner, your business partnership, and may also impact your sexual potency. If you are born with Aquarius ascendant, then Ketu may impact your health, your job stability, your secret enemies. If you are born with Pisces ascendant, then Ketu may impact your children, your relationships, your studies, and your spiritual practices. The very typical impact of Ketu is in two ways. First, it will deny what you desire, and then through that denial, it will take you on the spiritual path, and it will spiritualize your whole life. For many ignorant beings, Ketu seems to be a very difficult energy because Ketu simply denies them all what they desire for. Just the way a child is mad at you when you deny giving him what he wants, similarly, less evolved souls always are angry with Ketu. However, a grown-up child, intelligent child, understands why Ketu is denying and thus accepts the denial, and because he accepts, he is able to grow in the true sense. Acceptance is what comes through understanding, and understanding comes only through your inner growth, and inner growth comes only when you meditate and chant the holy mantra consistently. Last week, I had a video consultation session with a man based in South Africa, and I was happy to see that he was such a beautiful person, totally focused on chanting his holy mantra. He was indeed a blessed soul. So once in a while, I meet such blessed souls during my consultation sessions. My consultation sessions are only for the selected few. It is always a pleasure to meet such beautiful souls. Ketu can only be understood by those who are blessed. And what is the definition of true blessing? It's a beautiful question. I will answer. The moment you start becoming aware, the moment you start turning inwards, the miseries won't matter. And a time will come in your life when the miseries will no more exist, and you will be blessed with eternal peace, bliss, and joy. And that is the true blessing. True blessing is all about growing within. It is not about growing bank balance. There are thousands of millionaires all around this world, and yet they are as good as a dead plastic rose. The real rose is full of thorns, and yet it is the real rose that has the fragrance, And so it is only when you go through the many thorns of life that you blossom into a beautiful rose. And then you are no more the same. Everything around you is the same, but you are no more the same. Then there is a dance, a song, a painting. Then life is no more a misery, but a garden of bliss. Blessed are those who experience such beautiful transformation. Remember, transformation is always painful. The caterpillar goes through a lot of pain before it transforms into a beautiful butterfly. Ketu is all about transformation, inner transformation, real transformation. And that is why I love Ketu. And that is why whosoever has moon Ketu conjunction, whosoever has moon in Ketu's nakshatra, all these men and women in a way are connected with me. Because in a way I am Ketu. I will soon be back with another podcast on Ketu in Nakshatras. You all stay blessed and remember to meditate and chant every day. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.